Franco, what are you doing now? Can I assist you in what you're doing or nah? Because otherwise I'd play retail and like world PvP and stuff.
I don't know what I'm doing, to tell you the truth. I'm just kind of here.
We came there for
I told
Sabin
Connor
and
to
then
go
he
there.
died.
Yeah,
We went to
I
Westfall
told
for
him he
Sabin
could
and then
have
he
one of
died.
my characters if he wants,
Oh,
but
that's nice, dude.
That's nice
I
of
don't
you.
know. He said there's no honor in that.
It's not wrong.
That's also true.
He said he's not wrong. You guys are savage, man.
It's also true.
um,
Well, I'll go to where you are, Franco.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, we
I'm
can do
logging in. I got the 17 or 18 now. 18 priest and the 23 paladin.
nice. I'm trying to find. Um, just trying to do some setup quick.
Okay,
you,
go ahead.
there's a level 25 Makarov tournament this Tuesday,
What level?
and level 25
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
Makarov. And honestly, I knew about it, but I didn't know this apparently because it's like hosted by Fangs only, and whoever wins that is gonna get invited to Fangs only. And if
Wow,
I knew
that's
that,
sick, dude.
dude, if I knew that, I'd give my word I would have joined. And just to do it, I give my word I would have joined it. No,
Sony's
whenever you
been
have level 17 rogue.
Sony's been building up to that, I think, right?
So yeah, so what they're doing, so there's like one or two. If they're in the guild, they're gonna have like who got the highest. Like if out of Fangs only, whoever got the highest, farthest in the
Okay.
tournament, they're gonna get invited to it.
Oh,
Like
sick.
if I knew, man, I just didn't know that detail. I knew about it when it came out because I saw people stream. But if I knew that, I 100% would have signed up for it.
I didn't know that either, dude. That's sick though.
I mean, not that I would have won, but still, it would have been fun.
Sony could win unless
No.
Snuts is doing it.
Well, Zico is, so it's gonna be a problem.
Oh, there you go. Done.
But he's playing. I think he's playing a rogue.
Stamina, intellect.
Del Nadris.
But yeah, no, the Sonny he's sick.
How may I help?
That last $100,000 Makarov tournament was one of the best things I've ever seen.
Loved it.
It was so fun.
We should not buy more gold, and I should not pitch in for it, and you should not trade me some of that so I can buy more bags.
Sounds great.
Right?
Sounds like a good idea not to do.
Yeah, everything you said, flawless.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't do it tonight. Definitely not tomorrow.
What about definitely? Maybe we definitely shouldn't do it right now.
We 100% shouldn't do it right now.
No, so I have the two battleground instances thing tracked. How do I open another instance?
Ooh, that has flawed written all over it, or stumps.
What? What now?
Oh, I have the box ticked for the multiple instances. Do you know how to load up another battle.net, or do you just click like the the shortcut for WoW Classic? Two
Yeah.
times.
It's in the settings. You go. I can check in a second. Just doing Mythic Plus.
Oh, in
Is
the
it-
settings to add another one? Because
In
I
the
checked the
Battle.net.
box.
So here, let me just finish this boss and I'll explain it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. Take your time, take your time.
What Mythic Plus is it? Ooh, it's that high.
Yeah.
That's exciting. No, concentrate. It should be streaming. Why aren't you streaming, dude?
I have the finest wires in the land.
I told him he apparently has the top, like one of the
Be good.
top boomkins in the world. Like, dude.
Dude is depriving us of his streams.
Yeah, I would love to watch that.
Dude, we're gonna pop
Uh,
off.
I don't know. Just a lot of work.
Yeah, initially, yes, initially. But eventually, you should get it to the point where you can just hit play.
Well, it's just like I have to like watch what I say and stuff. Is what I mean. But like I'm not like I can't just do whatever I want.
I mean, you're pretty good.
Well,
You're not normally talking too reckless.
Yeah, imagine having pastor in your title. True. Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know me very well then. That's good.
The
Yeah,
hardest
play
part,
Overwatch.
I think the hardest part is not giving like names and like locations and like that kind of specifics is where
Yeah.
things flip.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I don't normally play melee, so it's a little harder for me to do it. But for the multiple instances, so the way it works, man, is you just need one BattleNet account, and especially for WoW, you can have multiple WoW accounts in one BattleNet. So all you do is you go on the website, and it'll give you the option, like in the account, like you have to like go to like us.battle.net/WoW, log into like whatever you want your main DNet to be, and then you should be able to just like add accounts from there. And then on the actual BattleNet app client, go ahead and go to like your WoW thing, and then click on the cogwheel that's next to play, and then go to game settings, and there should be at the top, when you click app, at the very bottom
Here
under
there.
advanced features, it should say allow multiple instances of battle.net.
Well met.
Yes, yes.
So,
So I do have that tick.
okay. But you don't
So
need
you're
that, like, if you have multiple accounts on one BNet,
What's
obviously.
on
That's
your
only if you have
mind?
multiple BNet accounts.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me try this little merger thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
probably,
also totally forgot. I have another account with like all of my old characters that I have no idea what the email password is. And I feel like I might jump down a rabbit hole and try to resurrect some of them.
You could definitely
Sorry.
do that, man. It's really easy. You can open up a ticket, and if you have like your driver's license or something, you can pretty much just give them your driver's license. And
Yeah.
if your old account has that info, they'll get it for you. They may ask for like some other info, which I'm sure you'll have. And then restoring old characters is really easy. You can restore them 1 per 7 days. There's like a little like a recycle button, and you click play, and you just click on that, and then it'll bring up any old characters that were deleted.
That sounds fun.
Oh, I see. I actually
Yeah.
think I have a. I think I have a. I think it was pre-battle.net. Where I played when I played WoW.
Oh man, you're talking like ooh-wee.
Is it like before Cataclysm, something like that?
Oh yeah, I don't know if they'll have that. Maybe. Might as well try.
Might as well try. Yeah, that would be sweet. I remember I had a blood elf, pally. What else did I have? Or a troll rogue. Both captains. Undead rogue actually. Also,
Both wonderful.
but that was like 10 years ago.
Dude,
about right.
you're talking to the right dudes.
That's what they're calling SOD, Season of Dads.
Yeah.
Season of Dads. Damn right. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
I saw this TikTok, man, where it was like this like younger like girl. She's like, "What are all the like 30 to 35-year-old dudes doing?" And this guy like spits and pointing to his monitor. He's like, "This is a game. It's called World of Warcraft."
And it's back,
That's
baby.
all our-
And it's freaking back. I love it. That's awesome.
I wonder how many people are gonna join.
Dude, it's
Season
big.
seven.
It's a lot,
Even the
dude.
retail people are excited.
I
They were
know.
talking
Everybody. Everybody from Classic. I think everybody from retail, even people outside of that are used to play WoW that aren't. I think it's going to bring in a lot of people. Hopefully the launch is smooth so it keeps them too.
All you need to say is like, oh, we have tanking warlocks, tanking rogues, healing mages, tanking shamans.
Yeah, dude.
Like a
Crazy.
shaman tank has been something people wanted
For
so
the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah, I
The whole
remember
time.
that, I remember that.
The whole time. They've always wanted that. I know. Yep. So I'm calling off Friday.
Oh, so lucky, dude.
Damn,
I'll be able
I
to
might
play
have to-
Friday. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm literally, this is the worst time for me. I'm moving, and I'm out. I'm
I
moving
know,
Friday.
dude. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I won't. I'm gonna try to play on Thursday night a little bit, but then I won't probably play again until like the following week.
if you guys can do me a favor and listen to what I'm listening to on my Spotify on Discord, you can just follow along. You guys are gonna love this music. I mean, it's Star Wars themed lo-fi, and these people are brilliant the way that they made this music. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, Franco, you should call off with me on Friday.
Oof. I might fucking have to, man.
Dude,
Oh,
dude, let's do it. We could go hard all weekend, dude. We could stream. You should stream too. Well, because Thursday it gets released Eastern, technically at 6 p.m. So, so I don't have to call off Thursday. So I can play Thursday. I'm planning to play till like 1 or 2, assuming I can get in. Let's say best case scenario, I get in, I'm able to play. I'll get off like 1 or 2 a.m., sleep 5-6 hours, wake up at 7 a.m., something like that, and then stream all Friday, right? And then, Saturday, and the whole weekend basically. But yeah, call off Friday for that reason. I was gonna call off Thursday too, but it doesn't seem like I need to, right? If
Yeah.
yeah,
think you
No.
know.
it doesn't seem like I need to. Yeah, I would
Oh
have,
my
but
God.
You know,
I might have to do it too.
dude,
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm doing
Foaming
it,
at the
dude.
mouth.
I'm
Foaming.
re-
are we just gonna have to
What
play
you
for
doing, like,
2
Fuller?
days straight?
Franco, you should stream too, man. Like, yeah, we should do it. We should be one of the first people to level 25.
We should do some research then,
Uh,
so we know what we're doing.
Vlad, please, Stumps, please, yes,
No,
let's
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna wait.
No, let's do it. I'm down. I'm so down. Trust me.
Yeah, it'd be
But you convinced me when you said like I don't have to be one of the first 25. True. I just have to be 25 within the first day or so, which is doable.
Yeah, you just gotta be ahead of the curve. So.
100%. 100%.
I feel like changing my moving date.
Your house, yeah, dude, because this season of
Can I change
discovery.
can I change my closing date real quick?
Yeah. They said, oh, what's the reason, sir? Sir, what's the reason?
Well, you know.
Yeah. Look me in the eyes.
Damn
I guess you could probably play on the road, right?
I mean, I'm gonna be driving a U-Haul for like
Oh, you'll
6
be
hours.
Where are you moving to again?
Florida.
Florida. Oh shit.
Yeah, from Ohio.
I mean, technically, if Fatima holds the wheel while you hold the pedals, you could play.
Yeah.
What? You're
No, I'm gonna have to. I'll have everything packed by Thursday, but so I'm gonna try to have like my gaming laptop and like a little setup, so I can at least play Thursday night, and I'll try to go.
You should. Yeah, you should.
And then it'll be like I said, it'll probably be another. And after that, it'll probably be like a good 5 days so I can play again. Because then I have to go down. It'll be like 2-day drive, get the house. Then I gotta set up everything. Imagine I just go in, set up my computer, and let Fatima set up the whole house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'll be like a whole week of setting up, like the gym and the house and furniture and all that shit.
The gym can probably wait a little bit.
I just wanted. I say that because that's one of the longest things, 'cause
Oh,
it's
okay,
taking me
okay.
a while to disassemble it. Oh yeah, I have a gym in the basement. It's gonna take a while to disassemble. It's not a gym. It's just like a power rack, and then
So
it's like a
everything's
rack,
really-
squat. Yeah, honestly, free weights. All I have is free weights and a punching bag.
You've always been doing that free weight shit. I remember that one place you had. There's like curves in the floor. You're lifting weights.
Oh yeah, Rockwell.
Oh, that's right. We were hanging out there. I became a man there.
Gosh, our neighbor,
Those
my
were.
neighbor, my neighbor under us, Katie. God, I remember when I first moved in, she would say hi to me, and then by like 2 months, she wouldn't even look at me, man. She hated us so much.
Yeah? Did you tell him how many times you locked yourself out of there? And I had to go and... Oh, dude.
Dude, it was
Vlad will
I knew that door.
Stomps will appreciate the story, man.
Yeah.
Because we were like gaming. We were like having a hard night of gaming. Overwatch, no less. Yeah, we had just ordered food, and Angel goes outside to get his food, and I think it was winter, and he locks himself out, dude,
Yeah.
to get the food. Yeah, and I had to drive. I actually had to drive with the spare key to drop it off to him, and I got the wrong key once I got there. I had to go back and forth a few times.
And he was far. He was like a good 30 minutes away.
I was 30 minutes away.
No, it was that door because I had a door that went to this it was like the back entrance in the apartment, and the door closed on itself. Because I never, honestly, I lived my whole entire life. I never locked myself out. I locked myself out of that apartment like a good 5-6 times.
Yeah, many times.
I broke my phone. Yeah, I broke a phone because of it. Yeah, oh my god.
And to add detail to the breaking the phone piece, we were walking outside in the winter, and we were outside, and then you jumped up as high as you could, and you slammed the phone on the ground, like threw it on the ground, like dunked it, and it shattered into a million pieces.
I freaking man.
Yeah. I was
It
like,
actually- I was
Ajo,
in Oak-
no.
It was actually a real problem because you need your phone. I was working at Oak Street at the time. You need your phone, obviously. But yeah, I couldn't take it.
Okay, selling this.
You're live, Christian? I'll pull you up.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna hop on because Fatima's taking a shower, and then when she's done, I'm gonna go. Because I've been working all day, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go chill with her a bit.
Yeah, I'm live. I could hire the music a little bit here.
Are you on
Actually.
YouTube? I'm gonna put you on YouTube.
Yeah, you can catch me on X as well. If you want to follow me on X, I have only
Sure.
2 followers there now.
Okay.
But
what's
I
your,
think
what's
that's
your-
the future of social media.
What's your thing on it? Christian Riveron?
Wes Wilds. WYLDS. Wes Wilds. Yes, sir.
I almost gave out your social security.
Social, yeah. Let's not do that.
Okay.
So you're in Westfall.
Here, I see you.
So what do you think, Franco? Should I come over to Westfall or should we meet up somewhere else? I mean, I'm down to help you quest and like not be in the group and just help you level.
Sure, yeah. I'm still trying to the beginning strategy. I want to set up this multi-battle map.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead. It's fine. I could do my thing over here.
But yeah. Let me get back to you in just a sec.
Yeah. Do that, and I'm gonna go play retail for a little bit.
Nice.
The quality's not your quality's not too good on X.
Oh, on X, I think you can upgrade. I think you can change it to 1080. It should let you change it. Yeah, it should let you change it to 1080.
There's not too many options on this thing. Give you a little heart.
Yeah, if it doesn't let you change it, then try YouTube. Yeah.
Because it looks good when it's small, but when I full screen it, it gets.
Yeah, it's not going to 1080.
It stays the same quality, so it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Let's go back to YouTube. Let's check you on YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube looks like 4K.
I know. Yeah, YouTube's.
Oh, I haven't seen your retail characters.
Yeah. Retail's a lot of fun, man. It's a different pace, you know. With Season of Discovery, it's gonna be hard to find time, but it's a lot of fun though. I'm not even end game. Well, I have all my old school characters. I mean, the coolest white Worgen mage.
Why is it gonna be white?
He's just all white, dude. Just like a white wolf, you know?
You remember that one zone? You know what I was randomly thinking about today? Remember that one underwater zone?
I
Where
do.
You had like a fish. You like swam around on top of like a sea fish
Yeah,
or a seahorse. That was a cool zone.
that was a cool zone. That was what expansion? That was Cataclysm.
Yeah, I think it was Kata.
That was Cataclysm, yeah. Yeah, that was Cataclysm. Actually, I should have another. I have 1 point available here. Oh. Renewing Blaze cooldown is reduced by 30. What's Blaze's cooldown?
This is the. Do you have this add-ons or is this just the UI right now?
This is the UI, man. I know, it's crazy, right? No, this is the UI.
Oh, looks like you have add-ons on.
I know. No, I have 0 add-ons here. I have 0 add-ons. It's loading really poorly for some reason. My latency frames are high. There's
The
something.
quality on YouTube literally couldn't be any better.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the camera's 1080, but it's not. I have the Razer camera back home in KO.
Oh no,
It's
yeah,
even better.
You couldn't. You wouldn't even want honestly. You wouldn't even want it clearer than what it is now. To be honest, anything clearer. You're gonna
Or
see
yeah,
the
if you're
shit.
watching, I'm literally gonna fly around finding people to kill. Brett Wilton. Oh, you were waiting for me, dude. you were just patiently, quietly waiting. Dude, I want a world PvP right now, dude. Oh, is that somebody? I've already had my. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here you go, Joe. Let's see, what level is this guy? He's 68, dude. He's 68. Here we go. Here we go. Here's some PvP for you. A feral druid here. I'm 66. He's higher level than me. Technically, he should beat me. But I'm tearing into him already. I'm already tearing into him.
He's not mob.
Already tearing into him, dude.
Oh, there we go. Is he running? Yeah, get him.
It says that mob.
Interrupted. Easy.
Disintegrate, disintegrate.
Oh shoot! You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. What mob is he fighting? Oh my gosh! I'm out of here.
Disintegrate.
Disintegrate. What?
Lots of disintegrates.
How do I do that?
It's the blue beam button. I don't know what.
Does that heal me or something?
No, it
It's
doesn't
4.
shoot
It's your
any
4.
damage.
It's your 4.
It's on cooldown. Oh my gosh! I'm dead.
No, you can, when you have the things lighting up around you, use your hover.
Okay, sorry. I'm not. Haven't played this guy in a bit.
You can
What?
use your Dragon's Breath, which I think is your X, to get away really quick. Just do a lot of damage.
You're right. Okay. Okay.
But, I mean, your Disintegrate only uses like a few of those bubbles, and then when you have like a little flash aura thing, that's like a free Disintegrate.
That's the coolest move possible.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know that about disintegrate. I didn't know
It's
that.
like your main, that's your resource dump. Like that. That's like your eviscerate, basically.
Okay. 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 Didn't know that. Okay. Well, didn't die. Man, I don't know what mob he was fighting. It was so strong. Oh my gosh.
Go back for seconds.
Yeah. I know. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I definitely do miss. I mean, my favorite part about WoW has always been PvP and specifically world PvP.
I know, dude.
Battlegrounds, so
I know.
Definitely.
No, me too, man. Me too.
I enjoy hardcore because it feels like, you know, PvE it feels like PvP, you know, at any second. And I'll be over.
100%. That was such an interesting. It must have been a named mob or something, because it was not joking around.
It was a quest. It was like a rare drop he's been farming.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Looks like he's gone.
Ooh, there we go. I had to, because I'm running on Mac, I had to duplicate the application in order to run multiple instances.
Oh, nice, dude.
We in there.
Okay, so let me see. Disintegrate, tear into enemy, blast fire, and slowing their movement. Oh, you were saying to disintegrate them from. Oh, here we go. Ooh, what level is this guy? He was 70. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I'm dead. Okay, calm down. Jeez. Brett Wilton! Wow! Well. Dang, he came in mercilessly.
Clip it.
He was merciless. Yeah, you were here? I was here. Dang. I was about to talk serious smack about the no-life paladin. Dang, that's why you invited me so quickly, huh? Dang.
You want to do a dungeon? I can tank or heal it. You're a evoker.
Oh, that would be cool. I've not done a dungeon yet. That'd be fun. Wow, you're horde?
Sabanos.
I'm both. Most of my characters are lions. I'm just horde for my guild.
Oh, okay.
Shall we then? Allow the wind.
What do you
to
guys think we
bend
should
you.
go for
Do not break.
for season discovery?
Good point. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh yeah,
How's it
I gotta
going?
look it up now.
Hold on
They
here.
said they're gonna.
We
What's up,
are
David?
depending on
What's up,
you.
Sarah?
What's up, dude?
Just stopping by. I'm about to hop in a game of Lethal Company.
Sounds fun. When are you
A
gonna get into
a
hardcore?
horror game where you go to different moons to like collect gear to pay off this company that'll kill you if you don't get money. But there's all these monsters that'll hunt you down.
Oh, that's cool. Are you streaming that?
Yes, I'm about to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
It's cool. It's $10. You should try it out. It's actually legitimately like very creepy. It's not too gory, but it's like yeah, it gives you the ick sometimes. Okay. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
heard you screaming earlier.
But
All right.
yeah, it was rough. I'll see you in a bit. Have
All right,
fun,
man.
guys. I'll
Yep.
probably join in. I'll be on season discovery, and I'm also gonna be doing probably hardcore WoW again soon. I thought I was done, but I might not be.
Nice, dude. There you go. Yeah, take a little break. Take a little break. No big deal. No big deal.
Alright, have fun.
Walk it
Yep.
off, you know. Later.
Ooh, we gotta get rid of that keybind. But yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Stomps.
Okay.
So, are the only changes Mage, Warlock, and Rogue with their runes?
No.
For season
There's more.
discovery?
There's more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
every
every class. Okay.
Some classes get more dramatic changes, but
Interesting. I wonder what a great setup would be, like role-wise, if we could like play like all 5 of us.
well,
Good
it's gonna be
question,
10
good
man.
question.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 man. Well, yeah, we can have a full party actually, just between us. We can do 5 man, which would be sick. But then the raids are gonna be 10 man raids. So, but yeah, what would be a good one?
I mean, the first question I have is like, how viable are mages going to be as healers? I don't think we know that. Because if mages
I'd
are
say
viable
with
healers,
Rogue
then
tanks.
exactly,
I think
exactly.
If you can do it, I think if it's possible, if you can do it, I don't know.
I think people are complaining, right? If it's like, oh, rogue tanks suck, mage healers suck,
Well,
you know?
You know what? I'm not so worried about it because I'll probably end up leveling a warrior, rogue, and a hunter. Because it's 25, right? So I'll probably end up getting all of them up. And then if let's say if rogues are terrible tanks, okay, I'll bring in a warrior, and then
Yeah, that's true.
or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not too worried about it.
I definitely want to do Pally again. I love Pally.
Dude, Paladin, I think it's the biggest buff out of all of them, actually. A Ret Paladin is
Really?
going to be
Yeah,
easy.
apparently.
Oh, red.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can actually do damage now, like, because Ret Paladin has always been a joke in Classic, and they're bringing, like, Crusader Strike and stuff from, like, because technically what they're doing is they're bringing, like, a lot of old moves that they eventually get into Class, but they're bringing it to Classic, you know, like, old moves that you get in different expansions, they're bringing it back,
Sure.
so you get it early on, you know, like Rogues get Shadow Strike, which is kind of like a Shadow Step, which is sick to get that in Classic.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Paladins out of all of them are getting probably one of the biggest buffs. So
Yeah, that's what
definitely go
people are
Paladin.
saying. Yeah, if you like Paladin, go Paladin, dude.
Oh, definitely.
Oh shit, then okay, then we'll go Alliance, I guess, if we're trying to go Paladin.
Yeah, that'd be tight. love
I don't
Pally.
care either way. I'll make a human rogue then probably.
Yeah,
You got it? It's a Franco. She said hi.
Oh, hey. Hey, how's it going? I
Yep.
need another beer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beer off, beer off. Yeah, that reminds you. That reminds you.
Beer's that, man.
You got it? Okay, I was chilling.
To the left out now.
You got alternatives.
Tummy hurt.
You got alternatives.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Okay, these effects are too loud. Let's lower them. There we go.
I'm gonna do it on my demon hunter. I'm just gonna set up my keybinds again, I guess.
What level's the demon under?
70.
Dang. It to be like that.
I think I have a 70 of every class now, actually.
Nice.
So what would my other class be? Maybe I'll do Warlock too again. Do Pally Warlock. It seems pretty nice. I mean, for like solo leveling, it seems dope.
It makes sense.
Shield and
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, it makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm really hoping the rest of XP add-on will still work.
Oh, sure. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. Not sure.
Need a YouTube video for it.
Demon Hunter's like no. What is this class?
Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. You still have that garbage background, Franco, by the way.
Oh, I do.
It
Would it
looks
be
like
would it be annoying if I what's it called streams whatever I'm watching?
did what?
Would it be weird if I streamed my YouTube video?
No.
You guys probably don't care. But
No, we don't care.
Unless you want us to, you can make it a big deal if you want.
Yeah. It's a good, it's a
That's
good
an
point.
option, huh?
That's an option.
Hey man, it's not always about you, okay, dude?
Wait, what video are you gonna show now?
Can you guys hear anything from this video?
Yeah, right now.
Not seeing it.
Oh, you guys not seeing it? Oh, 1 second.
Well, it's fine. I can't put the speaker in the all that, so I gotta.
Yeah, no, we don't see.
Okay, go to that.
Oh, I got it now.
Can you hear it?
Oh, I hear it now, yeah. Let me mute this.
By the end of this video,
Yeah.
you should have a much better understanding of which class you should pick to play.
Oh,
Today
interesting.
I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of each class, as well as what to expect from their performance and playstyle. And right off the bat, if you're wondering if your class that you love so much is gonna be good, well, then probably, because every single class in the game gets a lot stronger. Every single build in the game gets a lot stronger, even the ones that were conventionally thought of as meme builds. And bear in mind, each class can have class changes happen to them. There are some recent buffs and nerfs, and I'll try to address them in this video as well. But at least gone are the days of bringing 26 Fury Warriors to a raid and having everyone else just be there as support.
Oh my gosh, look at those warriors, dude.
Play, because this season is
Yeah,
all about having
Warriors are
fun
the best
and
in Classic,
solving
apparently.
things. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So let's start with the Warriors, the quintessential
Dude,
kings
what
of
YouTube
Classic.
video you watch?
And they're the king of the Classic for a reason, because they scale
Always know
incredibly
the
well as
direction
the
of
game progresses. Getting stronger gear and
By
more
your
buffs
leave, my
benefits the
Khan.
playstyle of Warriors completely. Because the more damage
I
they
have
do,
faith
the
in
more rage they generate. And the more rage they generate, the more
Oops. All right, stream. First dungeon I do in hardcore. Guess we can lower it a little bit. There we go.
Good. You are here. I welcome.
I was just about to say that. I don't think they're gonna be too good at 25 though.
The Tirai, Shikar, and Onir clans must rally
I can spare no hunters for the Kanamatra now. The proto-dragon Granith was nearly in our grasp when Balakar's warriors ambushed us. We must retake our weapons of war and drive the Nokud back. When Granith's blood soaks the ground, our purposes can align.
Oh wow, finally.
Wow, you guys got ahead of me quick. I just joined this dungeon. You guys are like way up there.
Think I'm playing around here, dude?
Apparently not. Oh my gosh. I thought this was America.
I need to target something first.
Oh, they get Avenger Shield? Sick.
Well done. Keep retaking the weapons. 2 more remain.
DPS.
I love getting locked out so often. Do I suck? Oh, I think the healer got DC'd.
Oh, wonderful.
I was like, do I suck or is there something else happening?
Nearly there. See to the final weapon.
I've always loved Elemental Shaman.
Are you gonna play Shaman, dude?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I've always been fond of them.
You didn't die, Stomps?
No.
Dang.
You like that?
It do be like that.
Druid's also suited up.
Yeah, that was my main for a long time. For me, it's between Druid and Mage.
Both. But yeah, which one do you want to start with? It depends.
Yeah. Like as a main, there's gonna be a main and an alt, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Rogue first. It looks like, and then Hunter, and then probably Warrior.
Battle has turned. The weapons are ours.
I think I want a main Rogue, especially for PvP. I love Rogue PvP.
Mage Rogue is a cool combo, dude. I think we should do that.
I will dispose of the
Yeah,
outsiders.
I would want to maybe. I think I like Hunter a little more in Battleground stuff. But Rogue is still sick.
Granite has landed. Strike now.
For PvP, definitely Rogue.
Tremble before primal power.
I should not be melee range as an evoker, right, Stumps?
Can you stand it? Die! This land is mine. Tremble before primal power.
This land is mine. Can you stand against my might?
Honestly, I think the guy said in the beginning of the video, it looks like every class is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I mean, this is.
Oh,
The Morito.
I lagged. The game was glitching.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I love YouTube that I can rewind it, you know?
Yeah.
That's why YouTube's my
It was a cell. I looked like a bozo too.
Oh, yeah.
I look like a little bozo.
Yeah, I'll get a thumbs up. We'll like the video there.
Well, there you go. That's what I should just do. Just play like an idiot. So I don't have to do anything, huh?
Oh, look, here's your hunter.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, where'd you go, Vlad? Stumps?
You can look on the map.
I'm
You'll
looking,
see
I'm
the
looking.
south-
Okay.
south.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Oh, wow. Dope.
Oh, that's gonna be huge.
What? For hunters?
After the lion, hunter.
Aspect of the lion? That sounds dope.
It's a group of.
Man, that sounds cool.
Wow.
I feel like such a Chad right now.
Hunter looks really good.
How did Mage look? Did you see Mage already or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, let me know. While you're watching it, yeah, I'm debating between Druid and Mage. Mostly Mage though.
I think initially at 25, I think hunters are gonna be the best in PvP.
Yeah, probably.
Just because they get their most of their moves. Like I don't think at 25 Rogue even gets cheap shot. So a lot of the classes don't get their moves. Where Hunter
Right.
gets Hunter. I think Hunter gets most of their shit already.
And give them melee too. I mean, that was their one weak point, right? In PvP.
One more totem.
Yep.
Quickly.
Like they didn't have melee. So you had to like kite them and stun them.
I require a target.
Okay, here we go. Let's go Rogue.
I need to target something first.
Ooh, a range slow.
We gotta go back and see that.
Quick draw. Draw range. Quick back enemy shot. Calls.
Am I topping the meters, Vlad? Stumps?
I do not have
Oh
a
yeah,
target.
dude.
Thank you.
Um,
Tell them, tell them.
Oh,
They don't know.
Between, yeah. Oh, that's cool. These are two range. These are range moves.
Range.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
A range
I mean,
kidney
yeah.
shot? Damn.
A
Right.
range kidney
Yeah,
shot? What's the range on it? Oh my
That
gosh.
was also
20 yards.
what's it called? That was also their drawback too. You know, they didn't have range really.
Yeah, that's actually gonna be pretty big. It's big time.
Big time.
That's big time stuff.
Now take down the avatar of the storm.
Dang.
I love mutilate. Oh, we get mutilate classic.
Same.
I love mutilate.
Same. Saber slash. Oh, and bleed damage.
Ah.
Benefits from all its talents.
So this is like a sinister strike. It makes sense. This is like replace sinister strike.
Oh yeah.
So that's our for combat.
I am out of range.
What do those balls on the floor do? Under?
Give you a
Oh
damage.
yeah, dude. This
I
is like,
figured.
this is like ninja tanking in Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, exactly. Good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blade dance is another one of my favorite moves on Rogue. That's sick. They're getting that.
Did it top the meters that fight?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's how I never get better. Wow, this is fun, man. Incorporating Dragonflight into a dungeon. This is cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. So you're
Destroy the
tanking as a
Ravenloft
demon hunter,
and
huh?
return our ancestors
Yeah.
to their rest
That's really
before they
cool.
are forced to
Nice.
fight in Balakar's name.
I love Demon Hunter.
Yeah, really cool. Viable, apparently.
Oh, it's so good. I think that's probably.
I need to
Oh, really?
target something first.
Yeah, whatever expansion that they came out in, I played Demon Hunter the whole time.
Too far away. I require a target.
Sorry, GF aggro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do not have a
I like
target.
it.
I need to target something first.
What?
Wow, that's ridiculous.
What? What class?
Warlock turns into some crazy Illidan.
Warlocks are always like getting the best stuff, man. Somebody high up there plays Warlock.
Yeah, right. Lead developer.
Something. Something's going on. Something's afoot.
Wow, increasing armor by 500%.
They're probably gonna be the best tanks. It might be like because the damage and AoE damage they can do already.
I mean, think about the publicity that would be for Season of Discovery if Warlocks were the best tanks.
Dude, it looks like Warlock's gonna be the best tanks, and then Paladin's gonna be topping DPS leaders, which is hilarious.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Wow. Oh yeah, in PvP, Warlock is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's gonna be impossible.
I am the messenger of death.
What a sick freaking form that is. Look at that.
Yeah.
The first ancestors shall
I
rise.
require a target. I need to target something first.
How did Mage look?
I haven't got the mage yet.
Oh, not yet, not yet.
I'm priest
It's
now.
next.
Necromancers on our
Jeez.
sacred grounds.
You punched him right in the nose.
Pay for this blasphemy with your lives. Flee before me.
Okay, here's mage. Here's mage. You wanna see it?
I would, but I'm in the middle of like a boss fight in a dungeon. But
Oh, for sure. You can hear it though.
unfortunately not. You could just kind of keep me posted on it.
Yeah,
See
okay.
what you think, yeah.
Oh yeah, right here. Pause it here.
Yep.
Mass regeneration. Okay. Heals all targets, party
Heals all
members within.
targets.
Oh, it's an AOE heal.
AoE heal.
Ooh.
Temporal beacon to each target. Okay. After casting the spell, you will suffer from tingled casualty for 5 minutes, reducing your fire and frost spell damage by 50%, and preventing the use of ice block.
That's gonna be really good for party. Yeah, you actually can't block. That's interesting, but it's gonna be really good for PvP and for like group healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace at last.
That was a fun dungeon.
My children.
Rewind time.
It's not over yet.
Oh, okay.
Current target temporal beacon. instantly
Balakar
heals
Khan
all
is
damage.
beyond mercy.
Last fight,
Clan Tirai will
That's
join our
cool.
Khan
Rewind
in
time.
Nocturne
That's
Hold.
sick. That's an awesome move.
That is sick.
Time warp?
Yeah.
No, it's rewind time. Your current target with temporal beacon instantly heals all damage taken over the last 5 seconds. Ineffective on
That's
targets
crazy.
that did not temporal beacon on. So like you rewind, so if you can throw that on someone and then for the last whatever happened 5 seconds before, they'll go back to it'll heal them up to where they were. So like any
Okay.
damage.
I wonder. It'll probably like, let's say they take damage within that 5 seconds. They probably will, right? So it's probably just like a. Yeah, they could still die. You know.
We got.
in that
Oh,
time
there we
period.
are. We got
Yeah,
stuck down
yeah.
here with stomps.
That's really interesting. Wow, that plus regeneration. Yeah, that's huge.
I am
It's
out
rewind
of
time is a
range.
single target heal, and then regeneration is like a party heal.
I must get closer.
Okay.
It's dope.
So they seem pretty viable healers.
I mean, you get living bomb early in classic, but that wasn't a classic now. And
Time warp was in classic, but that rewind time was eventually called time warp.
well, no, that's a different move. I think this is a healing for time or whatever it was. That was a healing move, I think, or maybe not. I don't know.
Or at least in PvP, it was like if you like Tracer in Overwatch, you rewind time back when you had higher health, you know. But maybe not.
But you could do this on other people.
Oh, on other people, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can do
Okay.
that on target.
Okay, that's different. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
look at how cool that animation is. Wow.
yeah, right. That was a good spot to pause it on.
Yeah.
Oh, they get ice lance already? Oh shit.
Or what do they get? They get let's see.
Arcane blast.
I'm not familiar with these.
Arcane surge. These are all new, I think. For Arcane blast isn't, but they changed it up here a little bit. Each Arcane blast energy and Arcane cells increase mana. Arcane surge and release streaming. Yeah, this doesn't mean much to me. It looks like Arcane's getting a buff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arcane. Okay. Yeah. What's up, S-Pop? Yes, sir. I'm playing retail. Yes, sir. Waiting
Oh
for
my God,
Season of
okay.
Discovery.
Ice Lance is
Oh, they
insane.
get it.
You don't get Ice Lance till I think like it was like 3 expansions in. To get Ice Lance in Classic is pretty nutty.
And these are all level 1, is that right?
Requires level 1, yeah. These are low level, yeah. This is only a fraction of the things they're showing. You know, they only leak in a couple things. That's why Season of Discovery. There's gonna be a lot more runes that we don't even know about,
Right.
and then we get later on. So that's why this is really cool. Like who knows what else is gonna come out.
Right.
I require a target.
True. That's just what they're announcing. And there's no beta.
Dude, mages are gonna blow up in PvP with Ice Lance. That's crazy. They're getting that Classic. They're gonna be wow. Frost mages are gonna be insane for PvP.
Damn. Damn.
Ice
damn.
Lance,
Well,
Ice Lance is like Ice Lance is an instant crit. Like if you have Frost Nova, you Ice Lance instant crit. So anytime they're frozen,
Ooh.
people can you can blow people up with that, like they used to.
That's in TBC eventually. Did you see Druid yet or not yet?
Yeah. No, that was all.
Oh, we did, yeah.
How would you compare Druid or
Yeah,
Mage?
I think Mage got a bigger. I mean, Druid just looks like it's better at what it does. Lacerate. I don't really know. I don't really. You don't have to watch it. I don't really. I'm not too familiar with Druid.
Okay, okay.
Like, it looks like they're just better. They're better at everything a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Mage is more.
Pretty good
different.
at healing too. Yeah, Mage is very different. It seems. Yeah.
I think Mage has more of like dynamic because you can heal now. They have like healing moves, and then they're getting like Living Bomb already, and then Ice Lance, and then a couple of an Arcane move.
I need to target something first.
Wow. Yeah, this is. I'm definitely gonna roll Pally.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely rolling Pally, but like, I guess thinking of like our setup, Pally will they be able to change? Probably do more breath.
You finished the video?
Yeah, yeah. Rogues are potential tanks. It's really interesting. It's all dodging. So I wonder if, like, can you dodge magic? Maybe not. Maybe you need magic resistance for that. So maybe like magic based bosses. Rogues can't be medic against bosses.
True.
Yeah, this is true. But it's like the main thing, like the 5-man dungeons. We can throw anything together 5-man. The big ones will be the 10-mans that we'll have to do.
Right.
And then that, we'll figure it out. I honestly, just play. I wouldn't even worry about it too much. As long as we get a healer, like I think Wreck. I mean, yeah, I'm sure Paladins can still tank if needed.
But it sounds like if you like Paladin already, you should Paladin's getting a big enough update.
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, I almost
Yeah, I
want to
would
play
love
Paladin. Paladin looks sick.
That dungeon was fun, dude.
So I wonder though, if we, let's say we go hard and we start a guild and we want to do raids and all that, we probably want to set up, right? So like, if we're thinking in that way, Warrior is
Yeah.
tank.
I mean, it looks like Warlock might be, but like I said, I'm gonna have all three.
Right.
It looks like Warlock might be the best tank, but I'll for sure have all those 3 characters: Hunter, Rogue, and Warrior.
Okay, well,
and then I'll switch between whichever's needed.
I'll say this much. As far as like having a setup, which would be ideal if we were like planning it and we're all planning to play semi seriously. I'd prefer to DPS, but I also enjoy healing, so I'll fill the healing role if need be. But if there's somebody else that prefers healing more than I do, then I would step down and DPS. You know what I mean? So just throwing that out there.
I'll probably be either tanking or DPSing. I wouldn't trust I could probably learn how to heal, but I've never healed, so I would want to get you guys.
When you play Paladin, Franco, do you want to would you want to heal at 25, like doing dungeons and like end game stuff, or what do you do when you play Paladin? Ret or what?
I guess preferably.
We're talking about
to
Season of Discovery, S-Pop.
But considering that Paladin may not be the best tank in the game, I'm
tank or DPS. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Bread, no. Oh my gosh. Wait. I mean, no. Whoa.
For whatever we see.
I'm gonna go with my honor.
Honestly, I don't mind leveling whatever.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty low level. That it don't matter too much.
Exactly, and the thing is, I want to keep them all leveled at every season, right? Because it's only 25, so you get them up 25, then you just have to level like 10 levels every time it comes out,
right.
So you can just keep them all up to date.
Exactly.
Not easy, but
that's true. We can level multiple characters. What are you planning to play, Stomps and SOD?
Phil.
You're gonna Phil. Okay. They call you Phil Connors.
It's just
Phil Collins.
They call you Phil Collins. Get off your mount, dude. Get out of here, dude.
The problem is like.
Sick and tired of you, dude.
Yeah. That's why I tank a lot, just because of that Vlad. Because I prefer DPS. There's never any tanks.
Yeah, the only thing that's scary about tanks is you only need 2 of them usually, or 1 of them sometimes. So the spots are extremely limited.
I mean, what about you and Angel like tank?
Yeah, we could. I mean, it really just depends on who ends up. Like, the hardest part is always going to be finding healers. Healers, like, all they need to
I'll
do
heal,
is
dude.
make
I'll
it so
heal.
healers can do damage. No, they just need to make it so healers do damage so people want to play it.
Sure.
That's it, man.
Fair
That's
enough.
true. That's
Fair
true.
enough.
Mage.
But
You're like a dot. Oh yeah, the mage, dude. Maybe
Oh,
the mage is
mage.
more fun.
we just don't know if mage is going to be viable.
If healers
Right.
can
Like how
actually
does
do
it look
damage,
endgame?
Exactly. Exactly.
hunters, we'll see. Like, if we go like the, just nobody doesn't know anything. We have no idea what the scaling is going to be like. 'Cause
I
right
know.
now,
I know.
it's
Right.
terrible. Like, it's just going to be warrior, rogue, all the way, and then a few mages and a little bit of warlock, right, for utility. But with season of discovery, everything changes. You know, so we have no idea what's going to be good. It should really truly come down to make sure we have a good comp so we can do dungeon spam and get gear, and then you play what you want, right, within that role. We all decide
That'd be
what
sick.
we
That would be
we just
sick.
play
I
what
would
we
love
want.
that.
And like Adriel said, man, we just fucking, it's level 25. Okay,
Yeah.
fucking rogues
Right,
OP,
right.
whatever.
Yeah, level that. Level that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
take a couple days.
Yeah. 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 In that case, to that
Hard to-
point,
hard to-
yeah.
We can power level each other too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you think
Yeah.
about that. And it's not hardcore, right? So we're definitely we'll get that level. It's not like we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go play. Go
I'll-
play, go play.
It's hard to believe that Paladin wouldn't be a good tank.
Well, they had Avengers
Look
Shield,
at it.
and Avengers Shield's a tanking move.
The F?
Yeah, and they get Hand of Reckoning too, which is really interesting.
The F?
Now they
It's a
get
taunt.
the taunt.
Yeah. I mean,
So I wonder
yeah.
if they have this, and
I think they might buff their tanking because they've always paladins, especially in classic, are they can't even tank.
Oh no!
So I think they might.
Yeah, why is that the case?
I don't know.
Yeah, why is it the case? Because they wear plate, they heal,
Take it, man.
Dude, Christian, look at the I want to show you the range. Like, what's so cool about Rep Paladin and retail? All of your abilities are ranged. So you're melee, but you're kind of ranged at the same time.
What's the range on it? Because that's kind of like Evoker, huh?
Yeah,
I have a 25-yard range.
Mine's a 20-yard range.
Wow, that's interesting though for Paladins that they extended the range.
Rep
That's
Paladin's So much fun.
That's
I'll be
sick.
back in a little bit.
Okay,
I'll
man.
hop off for a little bit.
Okay, okay, man.
Yeah, should do the same. Maybe get some dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'll
I'll be
probably
on.
go on. I'm just gonna go eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat dinner and chill with her.
Okay, okay, I'll be on. Are you off too, Franco?
I'm gonna leave in a sec. Yeah, I'm just gonna rolling over some of this.
Oh, okay, okay. You're digesting it,
It's a big
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
your sick background.
Pally, yeah, dude. Pally, dude. Pally, yeah, dude.
No, for sure play Paladin, man. And then see whatever spec.
Yeah,
Honestly,
dude.
play Paladin, and then whatever spec is the best. Go with that. Even if
Right.
they're good tanks or they're good rat, do whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like Warriors got. Well, I guess 25. In this video, the 25 they didn't get too much of anything. Victory Rush looks like the coolest thing. That's gonna be great. But other than that,
Well,
I think
you said you'd play Paladin as a tank or DPS, so it doesn't seem like you're
Paladin as a tank.
okay.
If that was
If
the
it's
case.
viable.
But I'm gonna dual box. I'm gonna dual box. So I'm down to play like two. Useful.
Well, I know in Classic at least, Paladin tanks were not viable in Classic, but here, who knows? Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
it looks like both are. I think they're gonna be viable now. It looks like they're gonna be viable. I think ret is gonna be their biggest thing. I think they're gonna do a lot of damage.
Sure.
But it looks like they're gonna be able to tank.
I knew
That's
it. I
so
knew
strange.
it. I freaking knew it. I knew you were an AFK.
It-
I
It seems so
100% knew that was
strange,
gonna
like,
happen.
You give this class plate, you give this class healing, you get like a ton of different healing. So why would you? Why would it be DPS based? It just
Yeah, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball in Classic with it. I think they made up for in TBC and then later expansions they were good tanks, but early on they were just healers.
You fucking face, Christian, that whole time.
I was so excited.
You probably
Okay,
would've got
I'll
one
catch you guys
too.
later.
Alright, man. Alright, later.
peace, dude.
Alright, I'll be back.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna head up too.
All right,
See
all
you
right,
guys.
all right. Yep. See y'all. GG's, GG's. Oh, you logged out. Interesting. I wonder how hard I can kill you when you're logged out. Ah, I locked your character out, dang.
This cannot be. Even Balakar would not dare.
What are you playing in SOD? S-Pop? Do you know what you're playing?
Calm heart, clear vision. Bless you. Stay safe. Your name is whispered on the wind. Go where the wind takes you. Follow your heart. Something is at the top of the rise. I will.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah, what you playing, S-Pop? Yeah, retail's fun, man. I was playing classic, but with SOD coming out, I'm like a little bit less motivated to play. If you know what I mean. Because it's all shifting over, and I don't know. I figured I'd play retail. I haven't played retail in a while. What's up?
You have. I just hopped back on because I switched over to save his stream to see what game he's playing. You have to see what game he's playing real quick. It's hilarious that this is what he's playing after his hardcore deaths.
Oh, he's streaming. Okay, let's see.
It's, it's
Yeah, this is a great timeline to be alive for sure.
this is the hardcore. Wow, slapped him off, and now this is what he's playing. He's like running around. It looks like a kid.
Sing. So I'm watching it. Wow. Lethal Company with Phil and wow.
Oh, okay, he's playing with. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, he's playing with friends. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, where did he get this from? Okay, never mind. I get that.
Let me see. Lethal. Yeah, I'll be on, man. I'll probably be on, just FYI. I mean, you know, do your thing, of course. But it's 10. I'll probably be on till 12:30, to be honest. I'm going hard here.
Okay, yeah, go.
I think it's a horror game, so I can't. I would join them, but it's a horror game.
I mean, horror game, like, they're not. I don't know. I play horror games. They just they're never like horror.
That's true. Not like demonic. It's just like scare jump. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't even know those people. Anyways, yeah, man. Yeah. But dude, come on. I know you gotta go, but how sick, man. I'm so excited. Like, Franco seems to be really into it. It's obviously stomps, but.
I love Franco. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited to get Vlad playing with us again.
It sounds like It sounds like I'm gonna be main healing, dude. It sounds like, which is totally cool. I don't mind. I embrace it, you know. But it sounds like nobody's, because I thought Franco was playing a paladin to heal, but it looks like yeah. So I don't know if mage is fair, like a good, you know. I should probably maybe play something else.
Like I said, I would just start off, and honestly, I think I would just start off with gonna play, and then we can, if we see that mages, just play what you want. You know, honestly, I would start off playing what you want, because I'm gonna play rogue because I think you can tank. Yeah, I don't know if they're best tanks, but if it's possible, if you can tank it all, if you can heal, we can pull it off. We don't have to be the best of the best. If we can do it, you know, we'll be good enough to pull it off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. If you can tank as rogue, I'm gonna tank as rogue and be fine. If you can heal as that, we're gonna heal and be fine. And then
I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Like, nobody knows. So if nobody knows, then I'll just. Yeah.
It's only 25, and if like I'm saying, if we can't see June, okay, no problem. If I need a tank, I'll go level warrior in June in 2 seconds.
Because another thing to consider is how cool it would be to play Feral Druid Rogue again, but yeah, level 25, who cares, you know?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't go. Yeah, honestly, you can't go wrong. Like I was deciding between either Rogue and Hunter.
Okay, what's
And,
more fun to watch, a mage or a feral druid if you're watching a stream?
Mage.
Exactly. Done. Done.
I
Easy.
like watching mages more.
Same.
But Feral Druid, the ganking is fun. I don't know. I like druids too. You're right though. The best we've done it, the best combo ever is Rogue Hunter, and it is a lot of PvP. And I am playing a Rogue.
We're gonna do both. We're gonna. It's like old school. Wow. We're gonna PvP. We're gonna PvE. We should end game PvE and PvP.
Honestly, I'm more thinking about PvP to be honest. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'll at least what I've been deciding for Hunter and Rogue. My decisions have been purely around PvP.
Well, no doubt. But if we're streaming, we're gonna end up doing both. I mean, streamers end up doing
And
both.
the thing is, but PvE we can make anything work in PvE. You know, whatever spec is the best for me, I'll play that. And then if the class is that garbage, I just don't see. I gotta say, at 25, I'm gonna get the 3 characters I want to play up, and then as who's better, you know, I'll switch like I used to, like I'll switch around with them, because this is gonna be out for a while, you know. So I'll just switch them around as needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, but yeah, no, it's sick, dude. It looks like everyone's hyped, man. Yeah, we'll definitely get Saban. What is Saban gonna play? Saban, I think he might. What would he play? I think he says he wants to try Hunter again. He said it was
It's gonna suit him, you know, because he's new to the, you know, and I told him like, don't be too hard on yourself. Like you are new to the, you know, to the game. You haven't played as much as we have, you know, like.
I think Hunter is a good class. I think Hunter's gonna be the best PvP class. I think Hunter is a good class for him. He likes Pokemon, you know. I think it's a good class. I can see him playing something dumb though, like a melee hunter.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, then yeah, you said you're saying be on until 10:30? Like a half
I'll be on. No, I'll be on till about 12:30. Yeah, 12:15, 12:30. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yeah. 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 I'll hop back on.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Later.
See ya. Dang it, dude. Oh, there's retail. There's a retail death. Man, I gotta look at my moves a little bit more. I don't know Evoker that well, to be honest. Maybe I should play the mage a little bit. If I'm gonna play mage, that'll probably. I should probably play mage. Yeah, man, I just wish there was something I could do for like SOD prep. Man, what level was this guy? Jeez. I couldn't do it. I'm like, retail is a lot of fun though. It feels good. Retail, Dragonfly feels amazing. Like hitting the keybinds feels really good.
Too far away. I must get closer. I am out of range.
Okay, I will be right back. Let me. There's a pizza that's been sitting outside for a little bit, so I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm in the live lobby. Let's go to this lobby. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the pizza and use the bathroom, so be back 5 minutes. Actually, let's just do this. I think that's fair. I should get used to doing this here. Boom. Be back. Let's do 5 minutes. Be back 5 minutes. Doesn't have to be all capital letters. Let's calm down. What's up, stream? What's up? What's up? What's up? Fixing my audio. Fixing my audio. Okay. We always got at least one person in Twitch. We got nobody on YouTube today. That's okay. Got some food. Let's watch something while I eat real quick. Let's go to YouTube. Testing mic. Testing mic. Okay. Okay. We're good. We're good. Let's see Season of Discovery classes. I want to see.
Biggest question which class should you pick in Season of Discovery? This is the biggest question everyone faces right now, because each and every class from Classic World of Warcraft is getting massive changes that completely redefine the way we experience the game. So hopefully by the end of this video, you should have a much better understanding of which class you should pick to play. Because today I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of each class, as well as what to expect from their performance and playstyle. And right off the bat, if you're wondering if your class that you love so much is gonna be good, well, then probably, because every single class in the game gets a lot stronger. Every single build in the game gets a lot stronger, even the ones that were conventionally thought of as meme builds. And bear in mind, each class can have class changes happen to them. There are some recent buffs and nerfs, and I'll try to address them in this video as well. But at least gone are the days of bringing 26 Fury Warriors to a raid and having everyone else just be there as support. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't play, because this season is all about having fun and discovering new things. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So let's start with the Warriors, the quintessential kings of Classic. And they're the kings of Classic for a reason, because they scale incredibly well as the game progresses. Getting stronger gear and more buffs benefits the playstyle of Warriors completely, because the more damage they do, the more rage they generate, and the more rage they generate, the more damage they can continue doing. With runes like Flagellation and Consumed by Rage, Warriors are guaranteed powerhouses at the higher levels. They also have runes that buff both dual wielding and two-handed specializations, making it so that you can play with either of these playstyles if you want a DPS. And as tanks, there was some data mining of a hidden Gladiator stance, which would allow Warriors to wear a shield while also still doing pretty strong damage and having incredible threat, which is kind of the quintessential aspect of Classic WoW. The only downside to Warriors right now is that at level 25, they're missing a massive part of their toolkit. As the class scales with the more power they get, the lower levels also tend to feel the most weak. For DPS, the talent Flurry alone would give them 30% more attack speed and bring their class more online. So don't worry if you're not the absolute Giga Chads within Phase 1, because Warriors are still the best class for scaling in World of Warcraft Classic, and they always have been. Paladins are looking like one of the biggest winners of Season of Discovery. As tanks, they finally have a much needed taunt ability. As damage, they rise from the ashes to be DPS kings, and as healers, they remain one of the most versatile and powerful specs with a completely well-rounded kit that makes them necessary for every raid group. Paladin tanks are built for pulling large amount of enemies and AoEing them down, blocking with their shields to reduce incoming damage, and the new Hand of Reckoning rune finally gives them that much needed taunt. It also gives them an added 80% to all of their threat generation, so they no longer will ever have to worry about losing aggro. They can also do more AoE damage if they decide to grab Divine Storm, and Avenger's Shield is a ranged ability that absolutely pumps. As far as damage goes, Retribution Paladins just received quite a large nerf, but that nerf is not actually hurting them enough to bring them down from one of the strongest DPS classes in the entire game right now. The nerf they received specifically made it so that their Seal of Martyrdom no longer hit 3 targets at one time for sustained cleave. Instead, it is now a seal to return mana to the Paladin himself as well as the rest of the raid. But the Paladins can just choose to grab Divine Storm instead, and the cooldown of Crusader Strike was brought up from 4 seconds to 6 seconds, just making it a little bit longer for you to be able to use that ability again. And as always, paladins still come with blessings, some of the most powerful buffs in the entire game. Salvation alone is one of the reasons why most guilds actually go alliance. Those things combined with their ability to bubble themselves and anyone else in their party to instantly save their lives or instantly drop a full heal into the tank makes paladins an absolutely top class pick for all of Season of Discovery. And as powerful and essential as paladins are to the alliance, the Horde received a lot of buffs to their unique class, the Shaman. Shamans were the most sought after healer in Classic because of their ability to heal multiple targets, and of course because they brought Wind Fury Totem with them, which is now kind of shared with another class, but we'll get into that later. Shaman healers continue to shine with new abilities that increase both their AoE healing, as well as some single target healing runes that put them on par with paladins at keeping tanks alive. Shamans can also finally play the beloved enhanced specialization and not get kicked out of the raids. Although Reddit might be convincing you that they are completely missing out on the two-handed enhanced build that would run around and one-shot people in PvP, the dual-wield playstyle of enhancement will turn them to incredibly powerful and sustained damage dealers. They also come with runes that can help deal with any sort of mana issues they might have experienced beforehand. And not only that, but Shamans can also become tanks now in Season of Mastery, and they might even be the strongest AoE tanks in the entire game. Throw on a shield and receive mana back every single time you block a physical attack. This means Shaman tanks are incredibly powerful for tanking a ton of mobs at one time, just like Paladins are for Alliance. They have a Frontal Cone of Cold ability that's currently uncapped on how many targets it can hit, and it generates a huge amount of threat. And they finally have a single target taunt, and in my opinion, they're one of the most fun tanks to play. That's just from my experience playing them in the BFD raid. Lastly, Shamans can also become a ranged caster that pumps. With runes like Lava Burst and Overload, Shamans can not only one-shot people in PvP, but they will be continuously pumping in PvE as well. The only drawback in Phase 1 is that Shamans don't yet have Chain Lightning at level 25. And on the topic of hybrid classes, let's talk about Druids. A lot of work has been put in to make sure that all 4 Druid specs are completely viable. And I say 4 because Druids can also now differentiate between tanking and feral DPS. Every single melee in Classic is going to absolutely fight over whoever gets the feral Druid in their group. And that's because Druids now bring a new and improved Wind Fury called Wild Strikes. That's right, we now have Wind Fury for Alliance, and this is even a better Wind Fury for Horde. That's because Wild Strikes does not take up a weapon enhancement slot, meaning that rogues and warriors or anyone else can also use sharpening stones or poisons and still benefit from getting those huge Wind Fury procs. Feral DPS will get Savage Roar, a new finishing move that gives the kitty a raw 30% extra damage. This combined with Mangle will make Feral Druid DPS extremely sought after in all raid environments. As tanks, Feral Druids get a lot more survivability with Survival of the Fittest, but they can also bring that Wind Fury buff if they need to. Feral Druids finally get an interrupt, and they have more threat generation than ever before with the new ability Lacerate. And Boom Chickens are no longer a meme spec. Balanced Druids get Sunfire and Star Surge as new spells that round out their arsenal, but they also completely forego any sort of mana issues because they can get a rune that makes their Wrath spell completely free to cast. This means while leveling, you will literally never have to stop to drink. As for healers in Classic, Druids originally weren't even able to use most of their abilities. That's because of the way that buff capped work. If you don't know what that is, essentially you could only have up to 32 buffs on you at one time, and Druid heals would also count as a buff themselves. So if you accidentally threw a rejuve on your main tank, you might have actually pushed off their most important world buff. This is no longer the case, and Druids can finally use all of their abilities. Not only that, but they finally get some new abilities as well. Runes like Wild Growth will make Druids one of the most powerful raid-wide healing classes in the entire game. And if you're ever anticipating a lot of damage to go out, the Druid can perfectly you might have actually pushed
Ooh, am I gonna have to play a Druid, dude?
This is no longer the case, and Druids can finally use all of their abilities. Not only that, but they finally get some new abilities as well. Runes like Wild Growth will make Druids one of the most powerful raid-wide healing classes in the entire game. And if you're ever anticipating a lot of damage to go out, the Druid can perfectly prepare for all of that and have everyone healed up right after. Hunters are the last remaining pure DPS class in all of Season of Discovery, with multiple playstyles from pet builds to ranged snipers and even a fully melee hunter. That's right, melee hunters are actually a thing in this game, and Thunder Fury might genuinely now be a hunter weapon. It's crucial to mention that hunters can now bring the Blessing of Kings buff over to the Horde side with Aspect of the Lion. This increases everybody's stats by 10% and gives the hunter himself an extra 10% to that bonus. This will be absolutely essential if you are the only hunter in a group. Although the melee build might not be fully fleshed out in phase 1 of Season of Discovery, you get the new ability Flanking Strike, where you and your pet both hit for 100% weapon damage, and it also buffs your Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite abilities. Melee hunters also get an incredible cleave ability that is quite literally one of the only uncapped cleave abilities in the entire game. So if you're tank of hybrid classes, let's talk about druids. A lot of work has been put in to make sure that all 4 druid specs are completely viable. And I say 4 because druids can also now differentiate between tanking and feral DPS. Every single melee in Classic is going to absolutely fight over whoever gets the feral druid in their group. And that's because druids now bring a new and improved Wind Fury called Wild Strikes. That's right, we now have Wind Fury for Alliance, and this is even a better Wind Fury for Horde. That's because Wild Strikes does not take up a weapon enhancement slot, meaning that rogues and warriors or anyone else can also use sharpening stones or poisons and still benefit from getting those huge Wind Fury procs. Feral DPS will get Savage Roar, a new finishing move that gives the kitty a raw 30% extra damage. This combined with Mangle will make Feral Druid DPS extremely sought after in all raid environments. As tanks, Feral Druids get a lot more survivability with Survival of the Fittest, but they can also bring that Wind Fury buff if they need to. Feral Druids finally get an interrupt, and they have more threat generation than ever before with the new ability Lacerate. And Boom Chickens are no longer a meme spec. Balanced Druids get Sunfire and Star Surge as new spells that round out their arsenal, but they also completely forego any sort of mana issues because they can get a rune that makes their Wrath spell completely free to cast. This means while leveling, you will literally never have to stop to drink. As for healers in Classic, Druids originally weren't even able to use most of their abilities. That's because of the way that buff cap originally mana issue as new spell. Chickens are no longer a meme spec. Balanced Druids 4 with the new ability too. Feral Druids survive after Sent XS will get stones or enhancements. This is even a better Wind Fury for Horde.
Sorry, I
Because
keep
Wild
spacing
Strikes
out.
does not take up a weapon enhancement slot, meaning that rogues and warriors or anyone else can also use sharpening stones or poisons and still benefit from getting those huge Wind Fury procs. Feral DPS will get Savage Roar, a new finishing move that gives the kitty a raw 30% extra damage. This combined with Mangle will make Feral Druid DPS extremely sought after in all raid environments. As tanks, Feral Druids get a lot more survivability with Survival of the Fittest, but they can also bring that Wind Fury buff if they need to. Feral Druids finally get an interrupt, and they have more threat generation than ever before with the new ability Lacerate. And Boom Chickens are no longer a meme spec. Balanced Druids get Sunfire and Star Surge as new spells that round out their arsenal, but they also completely forego any sort of mana issues because they can get a rune that makes their Wrath spell completely free to cast. This means while leveling, you will literally never have to stop to drink. As for healers in Classic, Druids originally weren't even able to use most of their abilities. That's because of the way that buff cap worked. If you don't know what that is, essentially you could only have up to 32 buffs on you at one time, and Druid heals would also count as a buff themselves. So if you accidentally threw a rejuve on your main tank, you might have actually pushed off their most important world buff. This is no longer the case, and Druids can finally use all of their abilities. Not only that, but they finally get some new abilities as well. Runes like Wild Growth will make Druids one of the most powerful raid-wide healing classes in the entire game. And if you're ever anticipating a lot of damage to go out, the Druid can perfectly prepare for all of that and have everyone healed up right after. Hunters are the last remaining pure DPS class in all of Season of Discovery, with multiple playstyles from pet builds to ranged snipers and even a fully melee hunter. That's right, melee hunters are actually a thing in this game, and Thunder Fury might genuinely now be a hunter weapon. It's crucial to mention that hunters can now bring the Blessing of Kings buff over to the Horde side with Aspect of the Lion. This increases everybody's stats by 10% and gives the hunter himself an extra 10% to that bonus. This will be absolutely essential if you are the only hunter in a group. Although the melee build might not be fully fleshed out in phase 1 of Season of Discovery, you get the new ability Flanking Strike, where you and your pet both hit for 100% weapon damage, and it also buffs your Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite abilities. Melee hunters also get an incredible cleave ability and PvE in Classic World of Warcraft, and this remains true in Season of Discovery. Just for PvP alone as well, although Mage Healing has iconic spells like Penance, Prayer of Mending,
skew.
The Priest runes focus on increasing their healing and making the Shadow spec more viable. Shadow Priest can get Mind Seer, which is an extremely powerful AoE ability if the raid pulls packs large enough. One of the coolest new abilities is called Homunculi. This splits the priest's soul into 3 miniature copies of itself, and they all start attacking the target, putting up some of the game's most powerful debuffs, including reducing the target's attack power, attack speed, and armor. And if these stack with things like Sunder Armor, this is going to be one of the most powerful runes in the entire game. Priest can also finally grab Shadow Word Death, and Healing Priest get some of the class's most iconic spells, like Penance, Prayer of Mending, and Circle of Healing. While Priests may struggle with mana a bit at the lower levels, there's no denying that both Healing and Shadow Priest are getting huge buffs as we move throughout this season. And mages remain the master of the elements, whether it be fire, frost, or arcane. But not only that, but mages are now actually gonna be healers as well. Although mage healing has already received nerfs before the game even comes out, mages now have 3 unique healing abilities that can allow them to do a ton of damage while also keeping everybody in the party or raid alive. Fire mages are getting huge abilities with things like Living Bomb and Living Flame, and arcane mages are moving away from consistently casting Frostbolt to using things like Arcane Blast and Arcane Surge. And although Frostbolt might no longer be the meta ability within PvE situations, Frost mages get a ton more ways to deal out extra damage with abilities like Ice Lance pairing with things like Fingers of Frost, making them absolute powerhouses in PvP that can delete people in seconds. Each and every class is gonna be viable and is getting support from new runes in Season of Discovery.
Not what I thought he
You don't have
looked
to pick
like.
any specific class if you want to be invited to a raid anymore. Just choose whichever you like, whichever you think is going to be most fun, and whichever playstyles appeal to you the most. If you like this video and want more guides that go in depth on any of the classes, especially any of the DPS classes, showing you what the new talents are, what the best runes are, what your best gearing is, and what your new rotations will be, currently at level 25, as well as updated ones when we get to the higher levels, then make sure to check those out on my page or subscribe for the future ones as the new phases come out. And of course, I will be streaming the launch of Season of Discovery right here on the YouTube as well as over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Sarth. So if there's anything I missed, if you have any questions about any of the classes, if you want to see any of the different builds, or you want to know if there's something that could be more viable, then definitely make sure to ask me either here in the comments or ask me live on stream sometime whenever I'm live. And shout out to everyone who's supporting the YouTube through the channel memberships. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the
I mean, according to this video, I think I would... Druid, according to his opinion, is going to be a viable, maybe even a main option for healing. But then the mage has the potential to also be a very good healer. So if I'm choosing between mage and druid, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's between Living Bomb, Life Bloom, rather. Let's see what Life Bloom does.
but they also completely forego any sort of mana issues because they can get a rune that makes their Wrath spell completely free to cast. This means while leveling, you will literally never have to stop to drink. As for healers in Classic, druids originally weren't even able to use most of their abilities. That's because of the way that buff cap cast. This means while
Reduces the mana cost of Wrath by 100%, and each time you deal damage with Wrath, you have a total percentage of your next cast healing touch within. Wow. So you see, this is interesting because I want to be I have a goal of being one of the first level 25s doing endgame, discovering things, and Druid may be really amazing for getting to max level. You see? But then Mage is also very interesting because I don't know, man. I don't know it's between Druid and Mage. I just don't know what I'm going to level first.
leveling, you will literally never have to stop to drink. As for healers in Classic, druids originally weren't even able to use most of their abilities. That's because of the way that buff cap worked. If you don't know what that is, essentially you could only have up to 32 buffs on you at one time, and druid heals would also count as a buff themselves. So if you accidentally threw a rejuve on your main tank, you might have actually pushed off their most important world buff. This is no longer the case, and druids can finally use all of their abilities. Not only that, but they finally get some new abilities as well. Runes like Wild Growth will make druids one of the most powerful raid-wide healing classes in the entire game. And if you're ever anticipating a lot of damage to go, powerful raid-wide healing classes in in the entire game. And if you're ever anticipating a lot of damage to go out, the Druid can perfectly prepare for all of that and have everyone healed up right after. Hunters are the last remaining pure DPS class in all of Season of Discovery, with multiple playstyles from pet builds to ranged snipers and even a fully melee hunter. That's right, melee hunters are actually a thing in this.
What's up, guys? This is Big Bob Boy, morebuzz.com. How are you all doing tonight? My name is Big Bob the Boy, and welcome to my class choosing guide for Season of Discovery. Very briefly, I want to cover what this guide is. I'm going to give you all the currently available, most up-to-date information for each class in SOD centered around level 25, covering their playstyle and what's available to you. I'm not just going to read off rune names and descriptions, so you can make an informed decision on which classes you want to play in SOD. No one wants to spend a week or two playing a class just to think, shit, I should have leveled Hunter. I'm not going to spoil how you unlock any runes, some of that has been data mined, and I'm not going to cover PvP because I already did that in another video. This is pre-release, so some things will change. A lot has already changed since BlizzCon and will continue to change even after release. I cannot tell you how much DPS a class or spec is going to do. No one can tell you that. If they say they can, they are lying to you. However, I can almost guarantee all classes will be not only viable but competitive, although at some level brackets, some specs will not be so great. But they mentioned they wanted respec costs to be drastically lower, and for runes, the slide at BlizzCon literally said, swap anytime, so swapping specs around should be much easier. Pretty cool? Alright, deploy the guide. Priest. Priest is looking fantastic, although they were already fantastic in Classic. In SOD, you don't have any new roles open up. You have the option to heal, or DPS has Shadow. Shadow looks much better compared to original, even at level 25. Glove runes open up Shadow or Death for more single target, or Mind Seer so you can actually AoE. At level 25, a lot of classes have really shit AoE, so that's potentially pretty valuable. Leg runes bring a similar thing with an AoE and single target option, basically cleaving your Shadow Word Pain around, or Homunculi. Homunculi could be extremely good or absolute trash. We really don't know what kind of damage it does or how strong these debuffs are, reducing a target's attack speed, attack power, and armor. All three of those are very good debuffs, so there's potential for Shadow Priest to be very sought after for PvE. Seems like this was being iterated on a lot. I was trying to find even just a hint of what these debuffs would look like, and I found an old data mine version that summoned 5 skeletons at one point. That would have been pretty cool. Chest runes open up either a new dot in Void Plague or more Mind Flay and Blast damage on your targets if they have Shadow Word Pain. With all of this, Shadow should be quite good early on, mana likely being your main issue. Later down the line, Shadow could run into issues though. It didn't scale very well in Classic, either with spell power or crit, since a lot of your abilities couldn't even crit, and you had huge mana issues. I would expect most of this to be resolved in SOD though, with runes at 40, 50, or 60, and there's already been data mined info for Shadow Fiend, which would help a lot with mana, and maybe we'll even get VT in the future. The healing side of Priest is going to be very solid. Glove runes will bring in either Penance or Circle of Healing, kind of mirrors Shadow with a single target and AoE option. For the chest, you've got Serendipity, causes some of your single target heals to reduce the cast time of Prayer of Healing, or Strength of Soul, causes your single target heals to reduce the weakened soul effect on targets by 4 seconds. But also, Warrior/Bears still gain Rage, and is Mage is another class that was really good in Classic. In a lot of situations, it was the best class, especially at imitating vending machines. Remember leveling at the launch of Classic? If you weren't a mage, it was pretty hard to get a group as a DPS. In SOD, they can fill 2 roles, DPS or healing, and for DPS, you have a lot of options. Frost gets a full rune kit, Fingers of Frost, Icy Veins, and Ice Lance. Frost is already incredibly strong for leveling, adding these runes on top is kind of wild. Fingers of Frost actually makes us viable in PvE, because it seems like even if the target is slow/root immune, Fingers will still proc. The only real downside is at 25, while you can get 5 points in Ice Shards, you will only get 1 point in Shatter, which is pretty necessary for Ice Lance to feel right. Fire also has a full kit of runes, Burnout, Living Flame, and Living Bomb. Living Bomb is a strong AoE spell that has to go off. Burnout is 15% crit, but your spell crits cost 1% more mana. However, that's base mana. SOD has had everything shifted over to base mana for some reason, I guess to kill down ranking, I don't know. 1% base mana is extremely low cost. I'm not sure why they even have that on there at this point. And Living Flame seems like another solid AoE, kind of similar to Frozen Orb and how it travels. Fire looks very solid, but it probably won't be flexing too hard at level 25. Fire still gets Ignite through talents later, and still loves crit. You will get the 15% from Burnout, but that might not be enough to cover things. It will depend on what kind of gear we can end up getting at level 25. Of course, at later brackets, it's looking extremely strong. Arcane is a really interesting one. It also fits into the weird space category. It has a full kit of runes, and is still about playing the mana game. Enlightenment, Arcane Surge, and Arcane Blast. With that mana management, everything here feels pretty standard Arcane to me, with the exception of this version of Arcane Blast. Each time you cast Arcane Blast, the damage and healing of all other Arcane spells is increased by 15%, and the mana cost of Arcane Blast is increased by 175%. This effect stacks up to 4 times and lasts 6 seconds or until any other Arcane damage or healing spell is cast. You're not using Arcane Blast to do bigger Arcane Blasts. You're doing Arcane Blast to build up a big Arcane Missiles, Arcane Explosion, maybe Arcane Surge. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets a new rune for maybe Abar in the future. And finally, the Mage Healer spec. Once again, you got a full kit of 3 runes.
This is what I'm interested in.
Channeled single target healing spell with a massive mana cost that places Temporal Beacon. What's Temporal Beacon? Records the subject's space-time position. 40% of all arcane damage done by the caster will be converted to chronomantic healing and divided among the caster's current Temporal Beacon targets. Temporal Beacon targets, remember that. Mass regeneration. 15-yard range, that's kinda short for an AoE heal. That's also channeled, and it does place Temporal Beacon. Once again with a huge mana cost. It's 69 nice % base mana. The fuck? Now you see why the 1% on Burnout was nothing. And finally, rewind time.
What did he say?
Now changed to 30 seconds. Your current target with your Temporal Beacon instantly heals all damage taken over the last 5 seconds. Ineffective on targets that did not have a Temporal Beacon 5 seconds ago. Well, that has to be worded wrong. Your current target with your Temporal Beacon. But Mass Regen says applies Temporal Beacon to each target for 15 seconds. If one of those is wrong, I can't tell you which. I'm guessing it's just incorrect wording on Temporal Beacon. However, this does bring up an interesting point. If your AoE does put Temporal Beacon on all targets, don't have complete control over where it goes. For example, you may have to do a group heal, but then the tank's getting hit, and all the healing from your arcane damage is split amongst the group, instead of focused on the tank where you want it. That's pretty awkward. Also, it's only 40% arcane damage getting turned into healing now. Originally it was 100, but it has been changed. So grab Arcane Blast or Arcane Surge, right? Well, no, you really can't. Those are Lay and Glove runes. You only have Arcane Missiles and Arcane Blast, which is not a lot outside of potentially AoE. It's nice you have mana gems and Evocate because the mana costs are insane. 69% for mass regen and 43% for regen. And you have no res, although one was data mined. Some people were worried about threat, but you have Arcane Sub, and these spells are all arcane. So you should be fine, which is a good thing, because you won't ever be able to ice block if you're healing. Yeah, this is a weird spec. Rewind time and Temporal Beacon sound like dope shit, but it just seems a little awkward and incomplete. I'm not sure how good this is going to be at 25. It really feels like it needs a few more runes to kind of make it less awkward. But the future of Mage does look really good. Frost and Fire are only going to get better, and I hope to God they don't get Deep Freeze. Frost is already strong enough. And Heal Spec will probably see a lot of changes over time, which is surprisingly fitting. Like the aforementioned, res, and possibly a way to cleanse magic with remove greater curse as was data mined. For other runes, the only ones I saw data mined was Brain Freeze. This is really cool and maybe means Frostfire Bolt to show up in the future. Things look pretty good for Mage. Druid. The Druid flavor system is looking exceptionally delicious in SOD. You've got 4 styles of play and all 4 look fantastic. With Feral probably at the top, at least at level 25. Feral DPS gets Wild Strikes, Savage Roar, and Mangle. All of those are honestly really goddamn good. Wild Strikes is basically Wind Fury Totem before Shamans can get Wind Fury Totem. That alone makes Feral Druid one of the most sought after DPS in the level 25 bracket. Savage Roar and Mangle. That's just pretty solid DPS. Feral Tank gets Survival of the Fittest, which will make you crit immune, and Skull Bash for the interrupt, although it shares a cooldown with Feral Charge. And then Lacerate or Mangle. They unfortunately share a slot. You can also drop Survival of the Fittest for Wild Strikes depending on what you will be tanking and your group comp. Feral flexing between Cat DPS and Bear Tank on the side is going to be fairly common. Bear Tank seems like it might need its runes reshuffled a bit, but Bear Tank is not bad. It's still a strong tank with really high threat. Boomkin also gets a full rune kit. Fury of the Storm Rage, Star Surge, and Sunfire. That was really hard not to say Stunfire. The damage here is not super clear, but Star Surge should get quite good as you can fill out your talents, since it gains all the benefits of not only Starfire but also Wrath. Though Fury of the Storm Rage is the real standout here. It completely removes the mana cost of Wrath. What the fuck? No other caster has their basic spell for free. That's fairly useful in general. You'd never have to stop to drink. And there may be fights in the future with some kind of mana drain gimmick. You'd be super strong there. It can also proc instant healing touches. While not the most useful thing in PvE, you could clutch save someone with an instant healing touch, and you won't be in Moonkin form at 25, so it wouldn't be a huge interruption, and there's some use for that while leveling. These are really solid looking changes here. Resto gets Living Seed, Life Bloom, and Wild Growth. Wild Growth is quite good. The range on this was buffed to 40 yards, and the healing was also buffed. Mass Regen still says 15 yards. Like I said, that's a bit fucked. This gives you a very solid heal for what was probably Healing Druid's biggest problem in Classic, AoE healing. Life Bloom is, well, Life Bloom. It's mostly unchanged. However, this same rune also buffs Rejuve and Life Bloom by reducing the GCD by 0.5 seconds when using them. This is a huge quality of life improvement whenever you're trying to just throw out a bunch of Rejuves or Life Blooms. Druid could feel really slow just clicking through those unit frames like that. Living Seed. So this one it's alright. Anytime you get a crit heal, a seed is planted that is basically like Prom. It will proc the next time they are attacked, healing for 30% the original amount. This will help druids a lot on the meters. It was really common for druids to get sniped, so that's cool, but I don't think this is really going to change how you play or make druid healer specifically better or different. Feral is kinda insane, but all the other specs do seem really good. Druid is shockingly solid all around. I don't see any problems in the future. The only thing I can think of is Manual Crowd Pummeler. I have not seen Blizz say anything about this. Maybe they tweeted something and I missed it, I don't know. But if you still have to farm those, that will suck really, really bad. Especially at the level 40 and 50 brackets. You can't just solo that. You'd need a group's help with that, and that would be a bitch. I'm not sure what other Druid runes we'll see in the future. Maybe Nourish. But I couldn't find any info on other data mine ones except possibly a buffed Tiger's Fury rune, but it could be an NPC version. And potentially Replenish Spirit. This looks like a druid ability, but I am not in any way positive about it. Personally, I'd love to see Symbiosis, but I highly doubt that will happen. Shaman. Shaman may have the most stacked set of runes. Damn near every one of them is very good. They've got 4 styles of play, let's check them out. Melee damage first, so Enhance, it's super cool, but not so much at 25. I think it's even more anemic than Warrior. You've got Dual Wield, Shamanistic Rage, Lava Lash, or Molten Blast. Lava Lash sucks. It's always sucked. The animation even sucks. I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt they've suddenly made it good. Molten Blast, though, is pretty interesting. It does a high amount of threat, so that could cause problems. You'll have to watch out for that. But it looks like a fairly solid AoE ability, and Flame Chalk's dot can reset its cooldown, so you could potentially be spamming that shit if you're lucky. Shamanistic Rage is extremely cool and better than the versions we've had before. It can be used as a defensive, or more likely a way to regen mana. It was also buffed in a build update to restore some of your party's mana, equal to 10% of what you restored, and Dual Wield spec is just a flat 5% hit, even for spells. So why wouldn't this be good at 25? Don't have Wind Fury, don't have Storm Strike. That's pretty big. Now, the other weapon enhancements Shaman can get, like Rockbiter, actually do add some damage. They aren't completely worthless, and you could Molten Blast. So I wouldn't put this on the dumpster fire tier or anything, but it's just not really in place at 25, although you could play it. It will, however, pick up a ton by the level 40 bracket. Elemental. Now this seems good right from the rip. You've got a ton of flexibility. Chest slot is Overload. 33% chance for your spell to strike again for 50% damage and no threat. This works with Lightning Bolt and your glove rune, Lava Burst. Yeah, it's Lava Burst. It was awesome before, it looks awesome now. 8-second cooldown and still has the guaranteed crit if the target is flame shocked. Leg rune is also probably Shamanistic Rage. Yeah, now it can restore mana based on spell power and still restores party mana. That is pretty damn nice. Pretty cool kit, honestly. But you've got a ton of options to swap things around here, especially for leveling. Instead of Overload, you could take Shield Mastery. That sounds weird. Why do that? Well, hopefully we're killing mobs before they can even get to us, but mobs are buffed in SOD, so we don't know to what degree that will be possible. If it isn't possible and Shamanistic Rage doesn't keep your mana up, you could take Shield Mastery for the mana return. 8% max mana, not base mana, on block. That's a lot, and you get a massive survivability increase. Except you cannot block while casting. Yeah, so I see a lot of people recommend this, and there's potential for it in PvP, I guess, like if you're the designated FC, but then you'd want to do a whole build around that, so that's something a little different. But for this to work while leveling, you'd have to just stand there and let mobs hit you so you can block. I'd probably not do that. However, you could drop Lava Burst for Water Shield while leveling. It really just depends on how fast you're able to kill mobs and how mana efficient things end up being, because we don't know for sure since all the mana costs were moved around a bit. Overall, things are looking really nice for Ellie. It definitely feels like Elemental. Only real downside to 25 is you're missing Chain Lightning. Resto Shaman also looks great. I keep saying that a lot. Overload is fantastic for Resto, as for some reason it also procs on Chain Heal and Healing Wave, but not Lesser Healing Wave. I don't get that. Overload proccing Chain Heals is insane. Your other chest option is Healing Rain, which looks alright. It's not a placeable version of Healing Rain. It needs a target, and it heals 15 yards around the target. It's not a big area, and it costs a lot of mana. Could be situationally useful, but Overload on top of Chain Heal, that's a really good. For legs, you've got Earth Shield. It's the Earth Shield we know, and it's the Earth Shield we know. It's not bad. Or you could get Ancestral Guidance. This is extremely cool. 2-minute cooldown. For 10 seconds, 25% of your damage is converted to healing, and 100% of that healing is then converted back into damage on your Flame Shock target. Weirdly, it's only on 3 party members. You'd think it'd be single target or group wide. As long as you can time the healing right, this is pretty cool. And for gloves, it is pretty much just going to be Water Shield. Not a lot of options there. And lastly, the Shaman tank. The ramp up tank, as I call them. For the chest, we'll want Shield Mastery, and this is why it's the ramp up tank. Each block, you gain 30% of your shield's armor value. The fuck? That's a lot of armor, actually. You also get 8% max, not base, mana returned on each block. With a passive 10% increased block chance, that's nice. And 15% block value, okay, that's nothing. Legs have Way of Earth. This is your literal tank rune. When you have Rockbiter on, 50% increased threat, 30% increased HP, 10% reduced damage to you. Crit immune, and Earthshock gets turned into a taunt. Yeah, that is solid AF. For gloves, you'll probably want Molten Blast, the AoE cone attack that has high threat, and cooldown can reset with Flame Shock Dot. There's no big issues here. This is a solid tank. And while you don't have a ton at 25, later on, this is a really solid tank with fantastic group buffs. The only weakness I see here is potentially avoidance. There's not a lot of defense gear for Shaman. You do get 5 dodge from talents, and later on you get an additional 10% armor from talents, but at 25 you won't be able to parry either. So everything looks really good except for the low avoidance. I'm pretty pumped for Shaman specs personally, all of them. Enhanced looks a little not altogether at 25, but other than that, everything is looking, like I said, really solid. And I don't see anything falling behind in the future brackets either. I didn't see a lot of data mined stuff for Shaman in the way of runes. There was a possible version of Maelstrom data mine, which would be pretty cool for Enhance, but it was nowhere close to complete, so I wouldn't read into that too much. Paladin, my original main, and a class I still deeply adore. Something I've noticed with all the hybrid classes is Blizzard seems to have put a focus on making their meme to not great specs better, because pretty much everything that was in that category for hybrid before is now really solid. And that rings true for Paladin. So Paladin has 3 playstyles, but a few leg runes are kind of universal. Let's check those out first. Rebuke. Probably won't need this for any spec in PvE unless your group just has no interrupts, or there's some ability that's imperative to interrupt for some reason. Divine Sacrifice. 30% of all damage taken by party members is redirected to you for 10 seconds. Under 20% HP, the effect breaks, and then the Paladin is granted 10% increased damage and healing done for 10 seconds. That is super cool, I can't lie. Divine Sacrifice was already a useful ability for redirecting damage, and it still does that, although you can't sidestep the damage with Divine Shield. But now, it won't feel particularly horrible to take this ability as a Ret DPS or off tank, because the damage and healing boost out of it is really cool. Ret. Ret looks awesome and has a nice suite of runes. Chest is probably the most congested though. Vix is good for chest congestion though. Seal of Martyrdom, it's mostly the Seal of Blood we know. It is down to a 30-second duration like other seals in Classic. Okay, never mind, this just got updated. It's now strictly single target. You lose 10% HP, but your party members now gain 10% of the damage you deal as mana. Very interesting. Divine Storm is also a chest rune. It's Divine Storm, like, unchanged. Both really cool abilities. I would assume if there's enough targets, you would drop Martyr so that you're Divine Storming and using command. Although I do think there is some potential here for seal twisting with Martyr. It's just a matter of mana. Leg rune. Oh wait, there's another chest rune. Horn of Lordaeron. So, Horn of Winter, but uses a chest rune and is exclusive with Blessing of Might. What is the point of this? I could see some use here as a buff instead of BOM depending on party comp, but dropping Divine Storm or Martyr to use it, I'm a pass, but you do you, bud. Leg runes. Exorcist. This lets you use Exorcism on anything, and it's an auto crit on undead or demons. Super nice. And there's only one option for gloves, Crusader Strike. Now, this was nerfed a little bit, yes, but at least this restores mana, so even if you go you've got something you can do. Ret has a really strong toolkit here, and it really does feel like Ret Paladin. You've got options for single target or AoE damage. You've got options for party support, especially now that you can restore a lot of party mana with Martyrdom. Very nice. Tank Paladin. Aegis is possibly the tank-oriented rune for chest slot, but it has a very similar effect to Readout and doesn't stack with Readout. Block value isn't super important, so that part isn't a big deal. I'm not sure if this is here for content where you're not going to get crit, because Readout only procs on a crit. This is a flat 10% chance. Otherwise, Divine Storm doesn't require a two-handed weapon, so you can grab that, I guess. The tank-specific leg rune is Avenger's Shield. This is not the Silence version, it is the Daze version, but it's still a nice pull ability, 30-sec cooldown, 30-yard range. And finally, Glove rune is the big one. Hand of Reckoning. So you get your much-needed taunt, and it's a normal taunt, not the weird one Paladin had in TBC. But it also increases the threat from Righteous Fury, causes heals on you to restore your mana, and gives you Ardent Defender. As expected, Paladin Tank looks solid, and it probably will be the king of AoE threat. You can still get Consecrate even at level 25, though you'll miss a few nice prot talents. Now, Healing Paladin, I know you didn't expect me to say this, but yeah, it also looks solid. Although the rune selection is not that exciting. For chest runes, you don't have much, basically just Horn of Lordaeron or Aegis. Legs, you have the options from before. Divine Sacrifice, probably the default one, then Inspiration Exemplar or Rebuke, depending on the situation. Did I forget to mention Inspiration Exemplar? If I did, Inspiration Exemplar is basically Tremor Totem, so there could be some fights where that's really nice. And gloves bring in the main one, Beacon of Light. Beacon of Light, not a lot changed. That's the only big one for healing Paladin, but it is an important one. Paladin was already a pretty good healer in Classic. If you liked it before, you'll like it now. And I would expect him to get some more interesting runes fairly quickly. Paladin looks pretty good. Paladin was already pretty good in Classic. It just needed a few small things to really tie it all together in a nice bow, and I think they mostly achieved that here. It looks good at 25. I don't see any problems in the future. As for what abilities to look forward to, I could not find a single data mine Paladin ability. Might exist, but I couldn't find one. So I'm totally guessing here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something Holy Shock focused, either for damage or just making your heals focused on Holy Shocking. I know we don't have Holy Power, and maybe it would be a little OP, but I would love to see Wake of Ashes.
Hunter is a hunter, even in a dream.
Hunter was also a great class in Classic. Really fun to play. Once you started getting geared at 60, it fell off a cliff. Then by BWL, after falling off the cliff, it kind of fell into a chasm several thousand miles deep. Is SOD going to fix that? I think so. We've got three sort of playstyles here, and interestingly, Hunter is the only remaining pure DPS class. I like it. But I'll mention Aspect of the Lion first. This was originally announced as a belt rune that was just a king's buff. Then it was changed to a chest rune that is a king's buff, but also an additional 10% stats for the hunter. There's not a lot of situations where this is the rune we want for personal DPS, but in a group situation, if we're the only one with kings, it's kind of worth doing. It's a little annoying to lose chest slot, but it is what it is. The first build is your standard ranged DPS builds. For chest, we have Lone Wolf or Master Marksman. Lone Wolf increases your damage by 15% if you have no pet. So yes, this was nerfed from 25%. Kind of a weird nerf because 15% damage is about what your pet would be doing at this level in a group setting, possibly lower because of some other runes. So this is just a net loss. It's kind of weird. Master Marksman, 5% crit and 25% mana reduction. This is probably the go-to if the situation doesn't dictate you needing Lone Wolf. 5% crit is nice, but the 25% mana reduction on shots could be extremely good. Hunter does have some mana issues in Classic. Now, we don't know how bad they will be in SOD because all those mana costs being rebalanced, but this could be super useful. Leg runes, it's still sniper training. This was also nerfed extremely hard. It might have been a little strong, but nerfing it down to 10%, I don't know, I would have said 15. Warrior can get multiple flat damage percent increases, and Warlocks can get huge fire damage increase, but some crit for Hunters is too OP, I guess. Other option would be Serpent Spread, adding a Serpent Sting to your multi-shot. This is pretty useless. You would need some insane uptime on all those Serpent Stings for this to be worth it. Maybe that fight does exist, but probably not. Now Glove Rune, this is where it's really at. Chimera Shot or an Explosive Shot. Either of these will work. Whichever one does the most damage is the way to go. We don't know which that will be, but it's probably Chimera Shot, which also comes with some very useful utility. Explosive Shot will probably be good later on. I would expect Lock and Load to show up at some point, but its tooltip is still incorrect, or this is just an extremely awkward ability to use. It says it shares a cooldown with Arcane Shot, but I'm guessing that's from copying the description from Wrath, because it would not make any sense at all if that's the case. I double-checked the most recent build update and it still says this. Now, if we want to play this standard style ranged hunter, you can play it as either marksman or survival. However, there's almost no reason to play it as survival at low levels. Higher levels, that can be very, very good because you can go deep survival, sub-spec most of the important marksman talents, and then use Lone Wolf. Marksman usually has to sub-spec BM because all of the good survival talents for ranged are very deep. So you would not be able to use Lone Wolf in that situation. At level 25, the only good talents you can get for ranged are in Marksman. As long as you're not getting dicked on mana, Marksman will be pretty strong at 25, even with these nerfs. Next style is BM, and BM is looking solid in the runes department. For chest we have Cobra Strikes. Your crits make your pet's next 2 hits crit. That is not bad. Kill Command on legs. I mentioned it in the Hunter specific video, but this is not the version of Kill Command we should be getting. It is still good, but it's a 1-minute cooldown giving us some pet damage. It really should be the TBC version. At least you can try to use it after Cobra Strikes to force these attacks to crit. It's possible. Sniper training is still worth it for some situations here, but after the nerf that's less likely. And your Glove Rune is very easily Beast Master, giving your pet a huge stat buff, huge focus regen buff, and turning Growl into a taunt. This all looks pretty good. Pets were really, really strong at lower levels, and it's very likely Hunter pet scaling is going to be in the game. It was data mined, and I'm pretty sure it changed in a build update. We don't know how much pets will scale. We also don't know if that's going to happen at level 25. Pet scaling could be a level 50 rune for all we know. But even with no scaling, your pet should be doing some ludicrous damage at this level. BM only has 2 real issues. There is currently no pet avoidance, and none has been data mined. If there is no pet avoidance at launch, it probably won't be a huge deal at low levels. Most of the time you can keep your pet alive, especially if you know the fight. Higher levels, well, we could have some problems. And the other issue is, you're not doing much. Marksman at 25 will have Aim Shot and the new Chimera Shot or Explosive Shot. BM gets no new abilities, so you kinda auto shot, multi-shot. Maybe you can Sting if the debuff limit is removed, while your pet does all the work. That could be boring. Or last.
What's up, y'all? You know, I feel like we should play a little Red Dead Redemption, honestly. Maybe we'll play a little Red Dead. In the WoW section, though. I don't want to play in the Red Dead section. I could play Red Dead Redemption in the WoW section, maybe. Let's think about it. It's almost 11. What do you think? Nobody else is on. Man, retail is a lot of fun though. Jeez, you're hitting keybinds pretty frequently. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I need to learn my abilities a little bit more. Okay, let's start over. I don't feel like I need to. I know I need to know my abilities better. Let's start there. Okay, I know that's okay. Sword, yep. 5-minute cooldown, okay. Wow, that's huge. 30%. Okay, I got 2 charges. Ooh, SEs. That's a huge okay, defensive. SE, defensive. Let out a bone-shaking roar at enemies in a cone in front of you, increasing the duration of crowd control that affects them. Interesting. Okay, so you do that and then okay, CC them. Okay, so shift 5 is my biggest shift 5 is my biggest defensive move at the moment. Then shift E. Okay, this prevents so this extends CC on a target, this decreases CC on myself.
Looks like you could all use some resources. There's a saying for this. Survival of the fittest.
Too far away. do not have a target. I need to target something first. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I'm so dead, dude.
My mana is low.
So dead. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
I need mana first.
Hardcore has trained me. Hardcore has trained me. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. Losers. I'm going back. Yeah, fighting, the combat in Dragonflight's amazing, honestly.
I do not have a target.
Oh, this is cool. Look at this.
How is this possible? They have captured Onara herself. Oh, did you want to talk to me? Fair skies, friend. Bless you. Stay safe.
What's up, chat? What's up, stream? Get out of your heads about stuff. Don't forget to drink water.
Shit. You live? Woo! Close one. Well, there's more stuff in there. We can go in a minute. There's more stuff in there. Yep. You're in there? Oh, that's the thing. That's the demon, huh? He was at the end there. It was a big demon thing. That was the Kraken back there. And there's a slime. Ooh, this is fucked.
Tell the Marshal this ain't how we do things here. But I'll oblige him this once. All right. Let's see what we got. Who's it gonna be?
It's gonna be your mama. Okay, you know what? I don't know how we got into online. We were trying to do the story. I love when it takes a long time to load. That's always my favorite. Hmm.